everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to Threeflings, the Friday night show with Threefs. I'm Jess. I never know what to say there. I'm Jess, and welcome. You might see me down in the chat as Angry Nerd Girl. And today we are playing Love Sorrow by Tara Hooper. It's from Uncaged Volume 2. See my little tabby in there. And this does have a content warning. It will mention sexual harassment. So if that is going to yuck your yum, just scoot on out. We won't be mad. We love you anyway, and we want you to have a good night. If you are sticking around, welcome. Let's meet our Threefs, starting by welcoming back guest Threef Allison.
Hello.
Who you are and about your Threef.
Hey, I'm Allison, also known as Draz, and I'm playing Vittori, who is an abyssal tiefling ranger who happens to be the cousin of Adara, but Adara isn't here today.
Jess, welcome back. Tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Jess Fack. I'll be playing our tiefling bard, Euphoria.
And Ink, tell us who you are and who you are playing.
Hi, I'm Ink. You may know me also in the chat or on Twitter at These Dead Pens. I am playing Ophelia, your Pact of the Fiend Warlock, Pact of the Tome, Pact of the Frog, whatever. She's doing her best. Hopefully no snakes this time. No
There are no snakes written in the adventure.
Oh no, Jess is going to change them all to snakes.
God, no!
No. So, for a point of inspiration, who wants to give us a previously on Threeflings?
Oh, I actually do remember what happened last time.
Go for it!
Woo!
Okay. Last time we were going about everything. Euphoria was gone because she was helping buy things for small wolf child. And so it was me and Adara, and we came across a whole Goliath festival in the mountains. Came across Adara's cousin Vittori, because Vittori is a bounty hunter and was just like, oh yeah, this seems like it'll be fun. Found out that they have a tradition where they send the teens into the woods to go hunt down a snake woman, which I wanted to say was a Naga, and I'm like, no, it's not. I don't know.
Lamia.
A Lamia. There we go. And we then found out that there was like a whole thing where it seems like, based on one person's kind of observations, it seems like they're sending people who don't really fit in out into the woods, and then they die. And then we found out that it was just like a Lamia and a bunch of cool, outspoken women living together in a sanctuary out in the woods, because that's how you do. And then they came back and overthrew the current ruling patriarchal society.
That how it be sometimes.
There's a lot. There was a lot. There's a lot of snack.
There was a lot of snack.
We nearly died to some snakes.
Oh yes. Great. We almost got our fighty bitey and our other hard-hitting teeth down because, quit snack. Because we're having issues with fighting things, apparently.
It'll be fine. So yeah, point of inspiration for Ophelia.
Thank you.
Euphoria, we said that you were off shopping with Acha to prepare her for her trip that Adara is currently taking her on to drop her off with Shy. How was shopping?
I imagine that it was a time. I expect that there was at least one meltdown. But I think it would have ended up resulting in Euphoria caving and finding both of them have a
Okay, I was gonna ask.
Euphoria both have a meltdown. It would have resulted in Euphoria finding little fox related items and then just gifting them to Acha and be like, look, it's like your mom's here. As long as you have your foxes, it's with your mom's here. So behave as if your mom was here. So I think that's how she would have resolved that.
She's like, you're not my mom.
I don't want to wear my mom.
You can have what you're doing.
That,
You're
but
not
like
my
fox
mom.
print stuff, like so she has like little shirts with little foxes on them. And
Oh, I love
like that.
it.
Baby.
Yeah.
I feel like she would have like grabbed a knife at some point so you could recreate the, what do you have? A knife? No!
Yeah. Just
Oh.
for his dagger.
Gabby child.
All right, well, before we get started, Gwendy, who plays Adara, did the art for this adventure, and it's super gorgeous, and she actually put it on the overlay so she can show it off instead of me just showing, like holding up art for you. So I think she's going to do that now. There it is. Look how pretty that is.
Yay.
So
That's all.
nice.
Tell Gwendy how talented she is.
Ooh.
All right.
Yes, that's Gwen in the window.
That is Gwen in the window.
Yes.
That's Adara. She's not actually taking a child to Waterdeep. She's just hanging out, looking ominous with dramatic lipstick.
She's out drinking a beer. She's not really taking Asia anywhere.
Oh no!
She's having a beer with Aisha.
Please.
We all had that aunt.
Why
I
man?
thought I was that, not Dara.
I think everyone in your family might be that
Oh
aunt.
no.
Right. So, you are all summoned to the Von Helter Manor. Actually, Vittori is summoned to this manor because your investigatory prowess is known. Although once the police, led by Deputy Lyra Nolan, discover that you are hanging out with some of the folks who did such a service for Lady Valentine oh so long ago at a deadly dance. You're told to bring them along.
And so we go, I suppose.
Are we gonna have to make another post now? Because I'm reading the chat. Are we gonna have to do a post now called hashtag not all cops?
Okay, but like really all cops.
It's just an empty Patreon post.
So we've already seen what this beautiful Von Helter Manor looks like. As you pull up, the chilly wind bites at your skin. An imposing manor rises from the mists as you approach. As you near the iron gates, it comes into full view. Alabaster stone has aged over the years, and ivy crawls lazily up the side. The two-story manor boasts huge oaken doors at the end of a long drive. Several windows litter the manor walls, and two great balconies loom high above the ground. Rose bushes encircle the perimeter of the house, cloaking it in brilliant shades of red. You hear a murmur of voices coming from the side of the house as an officer opens the gate to greet you.
Hello.
Oh, you're here for the bodies then. Yes,
Did we get told about the bodies, or was it just go to the manor?
Tell me, how do you usually get hired for things?
Well, like, mostly because it's bounty hunting, it's like either people like come to me or like I see like notices for like wanted criminals or whatever, and like obviously they would have like their basic knowledge. But like if people come to me, like obviously I'll ask questions. This time I think is a bit unusual, especially because obviously the people in this matter are probably richer and more influential than the people I'm used to working with.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the circumstances of this will be a bit more mysterious, but because they're probably paying well, whatever, I didn't ask as many questions.
Okay.
To begin with. But I assume I would know that there were bodies involved in this. I didn't just like, hey, come to this manor.
Yeah. Go to this manor nearby where you were at.
Bodies.
Says, well, Deputy Nolan's tied up right now, but come around the back. It's pretty grisly, ladies.
All right, I'm sure we can handle it.
You see a couple officers shambling around as you approach from the back to the back. Eventually, you reach the murder scene, and it's almost like a nightmare. Only the coppery scent of blood hanging in the afternoon mist proves it to be a reality. Broken, mangled bodies lie on the ground in heaps covered in black sheets. There are 2 bodies here and several detectives walking around.
Damn.
What fine how do you do?
They are underneath a balcony.
Well, I guess I can already make some assumptions.
Yeah. I want to stop the closest detective that is walking past us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hi. Nice to meet you. Quick question. What the hell happened?
As well. And he kind of pauses and says, oh, well, you asked me, it was the red lady. Seems pretty clear cut.
Who is the red lady?
What?
And one of the other ones kind of shoves him in the shoulder and says, don't get them started on that. The red lady doesn't exist. We are so sorry to be in your way, ma'ams, miss, bounty huntresses. Just take a look at the bodies. Don't listen to this red lady nonsense. We'll get out your way. We'll let you know when Deputy Nolan's free.
All right.
Anybody can give me a history check if you want to see what you know about the red lady.
Yeah. That sounds like fun.
You're 15.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Oh no.
It was almost a 20 and then it turned.
Oh, I hate that.
I rolled 6. Great start.
6.
Smart.
Okay. Well, it makes sense that Vittori knows the most since she was the one who was summoned here initially. She knows that the red lady is a ghost that supposedly haunts the Von Helter Manor. She is rumored to prey on young, beautiful women.
Oh, interesting. I guess, like, both of the deceased here are both women.
You can take a look at the bodies.
Oh. All right, time for a constitution or like wisdom saving throw, I guess. Just like looking at an actual corpse.
Just give me an investigation check
Okay.
to take a look at both bodies if you want.
Okay, that is a 17.
Okay. One is a male body and one is a female body. They are both immaculately dressed. The man appears to have broken his neck and died on impact. The woman was pierced through her heart. There's blood blossoming from an open wound on her chest and all over the ground below her.
Interesting. I assume she also, like, there are signs that she would have been, like, she either got thrown or got dropped from the balcony as well?
Yes, she also has abrasions from having fallen from the balcony. You can give me medicine checks to take a look further at the wounds.
Okay. Ooh, natural 20.
Yes.
I'm laughing at what Ink is doing.
No, yeah, that was my internal monologue, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't start doing that for many reasons. It being inappropriate.
As long as we sing it, I think it's okay.
Yeah, because I was like, number 1, copyright. Number 2, oh, they're dead.
So it looks like on the woman, her wound is very clean cut and was likely made from a bladed object. It's a singular puncture through the heart, not a very large puncture, about 3/4 of an inch. And with your 20, you can tell that this couple was murdered around midnight last night. You can tell that the woman was stabbed after she fell off the
Ooh.
balcony.
Interesting.
Right.
Ooh.
But can I, like, does that mean that she wasn't dead after she fell off the balcony, or, like, she died on impact, but then someone stabbed her to cover it up somehow?
Why would anyone want to murder her twice?
I don't know. Why would anyone want to murder one time, Jess?
Are there any tracks like leading away from the bodies,
They're not.
or like a blood trail?
There is not.
Okay.
Ooh. Do we know the, like, I'm gonna stop one of the people and be like, yeah, names, any kind of title, anything, please?
So, oh yes, of course. This was where is it in the text, because I have it. Liliana was the woman, and this was her, well, such a shame, it was her wedding day.
Which day? Today or yesterday?
Yesterday. They were here for the wedding.
And her bow?
I'm like looking because this was one of the things I meant to prepare. I don't think we have a name for him.
Reginald!
Her bow is just Deadman.
No, go there.
Her bow, I
Can
was
we
like,
just...
that's why I've been like rifling through this. I'm like, and her bow is
Man!
Guy.
Francis. Oh, Claude. It's Claude.
Claude. Okay.
I can't believe, what is it? Oh god, I'm thinking of,
It's Claude and Liliana.
Okay.
what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Fire Emblem now. I'm like,
Yeah.
Fire Emblem is dead.
Claude
Claude and
Fire
Liliana
Emblem.
Deadman.
All right. So they lived here, I presume, or lived in town.
Oh, no. Actually, Lord Luca von Helter invited them to have their wedding here. They were such good friends. He's inside speaking with Deputy Nolan.
Interesting.
So they were staying here at the house, or were they? Did they have other arrangements, and they were only going to get married on the property?
Oh, I'm not really sure, ma'am. You'd have to talk to one of the servants about that. I just came to investigate and get the bodies.
Is there anything else that stands out about the bodies? Is there anything in their pockets or anything like, well, at least in Claude's pocket? I mean, Liliana could also have pockets in her wedding dress. I did, so.
What a pal move.
Right?
She has a blue handkerchief.
Is it
She's wearing what?
Is it monogrammed?
No.
Damn. Okay.
She's wearing several ornate rings, and they appear to just be very wealthy. Like, he's wearing gold cufflinks. They have matching engraved wedding rings.
God. It's another level of extra rich.
Yeah.
And there's nothing on Claude.
He has the gold cufflinks and the engraved wedding rings.
Okay, so he has nothing on in his pockets either, basically.
He has a blue pocket square to match her blue handkerchief.
Oh. Cute, but also, ugh, right in the heart.
Yep,
Yeah, literally.
Stabbed.
Draz and I, same time. Yeah, literally. Oh.
I didn't mean that. You know what I meant.
Shot through the heart.
Oh yeah, I have a question. Looking around, is there like any distinguishing features about like the exterior of the house? Like, is the balcony broken? Is there any like symbols to any deities on the roof or anything like that?
The balcony does not look broken, but it's honestly hard to see from where you are.
Okay.
You're like kind of underneath the overhang of the balcony here by the bodies.
Yes.
So you could probably get a better view from it from upstairs.
Okay.
You don't see any religious symbols on the house. There is some beautiful ivy.
Okay.
And as I mentioned before, the lovely red rose bushes. But nothing that would immediately jump out as like religious or cultist, I almost said cultic activity.
Celtic.
Celtic activity, no.
So what can we tell from the way that their bodies are on the ground that it makes sense that can we tell if they were either pushed or they jumped themselves?
Give me a medicine check.
Cool. And then I have another thing I'd like to do. Oh, a 10.
It's hard to say, but you get the idea that they were pushed because of the way that they landed.
Cool. Is that one detective still milling about that was talking about the red lady?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, you could give me a perception check as well.
A 19.
Yeah. So you hear a couple of groups of officers discussing the red lady. Some of them seem to be telling the others like, shut up, it's not that, this is ridiculous, it's not a real thing. And the others seem very adamant that the red lady is a real person.
Is it possible for me to get one of the detectives that are very adamant that she's a real person and like take them to the sideline?
Sure.
And ask them questions?
Yeah.
Beg your pardon. Can I talk to you for a moment? About the bodies? Like, can we just step over here? I don't want to discuss or disturb the rest of y'all's conversations.
Sure, just, yeah, let's go. And she kind of heads over with you.
So I overheard y'all talking about the red lady. We're not from around here. Do you mind indulging me a little bit?
Oh.
I collect folk tales.
And she's a halfling.
Mm-hmm.
Police officer, and her eyes get really big. And she says, I love folk tales. Well, she has haunted this manor for, at least a century. It's such a shame. Like, any beautiful woman just doesn't have a chance here. Now, you and your friends be careful.
So does she have like an origin story, or did she appear out of the blue one day?
Well, I don't rightly know, but no, I should. Well, she kind of whispers and leans in and says, I know that she's had at least 2 other murder victims.
How long ago?
They were pretty young ladies too.
Wait, they were both young ladies too. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago?
Oh, well, one was long before my time, probably 100 years or so.
So that would have been the first one. How about the second one? Was that before you too, or?
Oh, I'm not rightly sure, but what I can't. And she kind of stops, says, nope, that's about it. That's all I know.
Can I switch to lyric instead?
Sure.
Yeah. And just say, something's got you spooked. Do you mind sharing?
Give me a persuasion.
Yes.
But with advantage because you're speaking lyric.
Okay, cool.
I like how you asked, does this ghost have an origin story?
Yeah, well, they all do. They all had something happen to make them the way they were, so.
And y'all got the lore dump?
15?
Okay. She says, now, you didn't hear it from me. And she's also speaking lyric. I don't know where this red lady came from, but I do know that this is the third murder like this that's happened here that's been unsolved. And all these murders were investigated by the same person.
Oh, and who was that?
But you didn't hear it from me.
Oh, yeah.
Because Lyra Nolan's my boss.
Oh, okay. So Lyra is
Oh, she's an elf.
your boss.
Mm-hmm.
And she investigates them all?
She's been here every time.
Well, it'll be between me, you, and the birds, and then I'll just walk away.
And she kind of gives you like a that and goes back to her fellow officers.
Cool. I will quietly share the information with Vittori and Ophelia and just be like, be on the lookout.
Interesting. I wonder why we were hired this time instead of, like, the one that investigated the other ones.
Well, she's here and she's inside, isn't she?
Right.
Maybe we should forget our manners and go inside and see what's up.
Yeah, Ophelia is more yoked out by the idea of having ghosts hang around. It's like, ew.
Yeah, so if nobody else is gonna be rude before, it'll be rude first and just like, well, she'll knock before she walks in, but she's not waiting for permission.
Easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yep.
The door opens and there is a very old looking human man, well dressed, standing there. Hello. Do you have an invitation, or are you here with the investigative team?
Oh yes, we're here with the investigative team. We were wondering if we finished conducting our search outside, and we'd like to come into the house if we may.
Oh, well, of course, come right this way. Lord Luca is speaking with his sister inside. And he brings you into a sitting room. And as you walk in, like far before you reach that room, you hear two voices loudly arguing.
Oh, fun.
A male and female voice. And it's supposed to be an inside check, but okay, yeah, give me an inside check. I feel like it should be perception to hear what's going on, but give me an insight check to understand what's going on. So
15? A 15.
Okay.
I got a 15 as well.
I got an 8.
Okay. So Vittori and Euphoria hear before you enter the room that the woman is threatening to arrest the man. The man insistent that the red lady is to blame. As soon as you enter the room, they both stop, turn, and look at you. And you see two tall, high elvish people. The woman has light blonde hair and soft gray eyes. The man is quite attractive, blue eyes, strong jaw, platinum hair pulled back in a low braid. And while the woman is dressed pretty much like the other cops, he is dressed in the most expensive, up-to-do fashion with leather shoes and carrying a cane with a raven handle. As you walk in, she says, yes, finally. Hello.
Hi.
God. It's like
He-
a game of Clue, and it's gonna be Lord Snooty Boy with his raven cane.
Yeah, I bet that cane has a sword in it. I'm calling it now.
Oh no, definitely.
Bet you that cane is actually his his spell focus.
That too.
Shatter that immediately.
Uh,
He pauses and smiles at you and says, "Where are my manners?" Luca von Helter. And gives a low bow. Says, "Welcome. It's such a shame that you're in my home and such an unfortunate day. It's terrible, terrible what happened last night, but please, come in." The woman introduces herself as Lyra Nolan. Says, "I assume you've been investigated, correct? Outside, did you see everything you needed? Were my officers kind to you?"
Yes, we did see everything we needed to, or at least for now. I'm sure there will be reasons why we might want to go outside again, but yes. And your detectives didn't, they weren't in our way or anything.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Well, what can I help you with? Thank you for coming, Vittori, and
No problem.
Euphoria, Ophelia. I've heard great things about your investigative prowess, and I'm looking at getting this solved. Finally.
Would it be would it be possible for us to see the room that has the balcony? I think that might be mighty helpful.
Oh, of course, absolutely. It's interesting. There have been 2 other murders like this. They were committed in exactly the same fashion. Camille Atkins and Tessa Bennett.
Were they also here on their wedding days?
Says, well, no. Come to think of it, yes, I believe they were.
How long ago was that?
Oh, quite some time now. It's been happening for at least a century.
And then, like, at that point, Euphoria's just gonna kind of turn and look at Luca and go, "And you've decided that you like to reside in a house where murders are committed?" And, like, bats her eyelashes.
He kind of smiles back at you and says, well, I've had this house for 500 years. It's not my fault that a ghost moved in a century ago. She's a vengeful ghost that preys on beautiful young women. And he kind of looks at Vittori and says, so you in particular, stay safe.
Victoria just like stares back in lesbian.
Harold! Ophelia's just sitting there, like, trying to piece it together, like, why would people keep coming back on their wedding days if this has already happened? Like, math equations, like, why?
Yeah.
Just, well, not... Did you say that out loud?
Yeah, like, she's, like, murmuring it. Like, why would you, like, come back again?
Well, I assume it's because nobody throws a party like I do. You really should come sometime.
Throws.
Terrible what happened last night, but last night is an exception. And Lyra kind of looks at him pointedly and says, except for the other 3 times.
Wait, there was
two times. That was me, Jessica, misspeaking.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
except for the other 2.
Just say, yeah, you've had more than one exception, my friend.
This is the 3rd.
Got it.
There are not enough questions in this world to know why this man is the way that he is.
Is there anything
Lyra looks at you and
about
just
this
says,
room?
"Oh, go ahead."
Is there anything weird about this room?
No, this is a pretty standard parlor.
No, like, cult of
There's no cult hanging out in here.
Okay, well, no, I'm not saying
There's
that.
just hooded figures in the corner, like, oh.
However, he could have something that's like highly suspect sitting on his like desk that maybe some people don't like give a second glance to.
Got it. No, this is just because you have been to other fancy estates, you know that this is just like probably not where he does his main business. This is like the parlor for receiving guests.
Got it.
Oh god, I was like, is he just like all kinds of weird and slimy, or like what's the deal with him? Why does he look like his coat costs more than this house?
Well, he owns the house.
Well, I
Yeah, but like
figure out
why?
he's
Why
been
would you
a
do that? Is there anything weird about him that's kind of standing out to Ophelia? Especially because she also has like animal staff.
Weird how?
Like based on the other people that Ophelia has met, like normal rich people, like is there anything weird about like how he's standing, like what he's looking at?
Give me a perception check.
Like how, because I was like, I don't think this man's gonna be very happy if Ophelia's just like have a snake and then whips it at him. That's a 2.
That's a 2.
Oh no.
Yes.
He seems like a friendly rich guy who is used to getting his way.
Oh, so like an asshole.
Like he's a lot nicer than the king who you met at, or didn't meet, you just heard about him. But he's nicer than some of the mayors that you've interacted with. He's definitely nicer than the captain of the mermaid's tits.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bar is pretty much in the ground right now for rich people.
solidly.
Gosh, okay.
He says, please, I would love to get this red lady. And at that, you see Lyra kind of roll her eyes. Says, I would love to get this red lady out of my home so I can go back to living my life. He kind of winks at Vittori and says, you know,
can I insight check his talking about the red lady?
Yeah.
As in, like, does he actually believe that it's red lady, or if he's just covering up for like his own stuff?
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there is something to be said about the fact that Vittoria is also red.
Yeah. I just got a 10, so I probably don't get much.
He's pretty hard to read. Yeah, he's tough for you to tell what he's really thinking, but he's definitely adamant that the red lady is doing this.
Interesting.
I'm gonna like lean over to
please,
Vittoria.
I give you the run of my home. I'm happy to tell you about my whereabouts or the wedding last night. And he kind of sighs and puts his hand on his heart and says, it really was a beautiful wedding until, well, you know.
I'm leaning over to Euphoria and being like, I want to look at the rich manor, but I also don't like him.
Feelings mutual, sweetheart. Euphoria's gonna say, so you live here by yourself? Obviously, servants excluded. You're not seeing anybody?
No, unfortunately, I am a bachelor. Well,
unfortunately.
Widower.
A widower? Oh, sorry. Jess said that with a little bit more enthusiasm than she showed as Euphoria.
She winks and goes, yes, indeed, a widower.
Mysterious how that works, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna say a widower, and then Euphoria's gonna say, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It's humans just don't live as long as some of us, you know. But you know, when you fall in love with one, that you're bound to outlive them. And then his eyes get kind of misty.
Is this for real? Is this a show?
Give me an insight check.
Cool.
Imagine this man just has like a degree in drama.
That's 20.
He is definitely misty-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
He might not miss his wife as much as he is acting like he misses his wife.
Okay.
No shit, he's working in Vittoria like it's a contest.
Yeah. What was her name?
Elise.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful woman.
Do you have a picture of her anywhere? I didn't see any when we walked in.
Oh, yes, her. There was a portrait of the two of us in the lounge. And that sound is the sound of lightning.
Wow, what? I've never had lightning quite like it.
Because I don't have a timer that sounds like lightning. But that is a loud crackle of lightning.
That's so cool that there's like timed stuff.
Yeah.
And you see, if you look out the window, you see the officers start to remove the bodies on carts.
I'm sorry, I just got like caught up in the idea of that and I'm like, oh no, is there like a timer that we're on here?
Are you asking that in character?
No, I'm like saying this out of character because I'm like, oh no, this ain't good. We're slow as shit when it comes to getting stuff done.
You were ahead of the timer, actually.
Speed run.
Oh, so there is a time.
Oh, God.
I hope Pac's okay.
Oh no. Okay. Is there? So we're watching them like literally just like pick up the bodies and take them away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
is
Deputy
there
Nolan says,
anything?
oh, they're taking them to the morgue. So, but you said you were finished with your investigation, and I assume you'd want to see the rest of the house.
Right.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that like we could visibly see that they're getting like carried away, and Ophelia's like making mental notes about what they look like. So like, we're gonna keep that in mind.
What the bodies look like, or what the officers who are taking them look like?
Bodies.
Okay, yeah, they're under black sheets.
Yeah, but like from before, like what they
Yes.
look like. I want to have notes on that. Okay.
Just to give everybody like a heads up, it's so funny, Jess, that you said that there is like lightning. We're having a torrential downpour right now.
Oh,
no.
fun.
Oh yeah, it's been raining all day here too in New York. It's been awesome.
So if something happens and I mysteriously go missing, that is why.
Ominous.
I'm gonna blame it on the snooty man.
Yeah, yeah.
Boy, he's gonna go missing, and I'm gonna be like, shit.
Hashtag not all Richmond.
But most of them.
But
Jeff Bezos, you're on thin ice. I say as we play on Twitch.
Yeah,
Owned by
exactly.
Amazon.
Jeff Bezos, sponsor us.
Distribute your wealth, coward.
Can I go take a look at the portrait in the lounge then?
Yeah, of course. Let's see. As you head out of the room, see, you run into a woman in her 30s. She's dressed like a maid. She says, oh, hi, I'm Harriet. I'm the chief housemaid here. I was told that you were investigating, and please feel free to take a look around the lounge, the library, the guest bedroom where the couple were staying, or the wine cellar downstairs. Were you headed to the lounge, miss?
Yes. Would you mind showing me? I'd have to take a look in there if it's all right.
She says, oh, of course, right this way. Follow me.
You said she was a human?
Yes.
Hmm.
Is anyone going with Euphoria, or are you staying
Yes.
with Luca and Lyra?
I want to get out without fucking her.
Yeah, I'm not staying with Sleazeball McGrease boy. You
So
okay
the
there,
only
Pac?
time I make a man that you, not I make a man, but like I do a man who you trust is when he's a mind flare or a teenage boy.
The gang does a the gang does a bad.
Or he's an old elf
Yes.
running away from.
Right, apparently. An ancient
Or-
elf.
Or he's a child.
Yeah. Or their children. Yeah.
Child.
So Harriet
Okay.
opens the door for you.
Mhm.
Please just feel free to call on me if you need anything. I'm at your disposal. The first thing you notice is a faint scent of smoke filling the air. Standing at 4 feet tall and 5 feet wide, the marble fireplace is the centerpiece of this room. An intricate brass ember screen encases the front, protecting an exotic rug from stray cinders. Several delicate vases, or vases if you'd rather, sit gracefully upon the mantel. Various foreign baubles litter tables and benches throughout the room. A grand piano sits ready to be played in the far corner, the ivory worn slightly from use over the years. The walls are lined with bookshelves that stretch from the floor all the way up to the vaulted ceiling. A ladder stands at the ready for help with the topmost books. A large painting is above the fireplace. It shows Luca and a woman standing together outside of the manor.
God, rich people.
Oh yeah, y'all really like to stand for hours so someone can paint you. I want to stop Harriet before she leaves the room
Mhm.
and be like, "Is there anything like weird that's been going on that kind of led up to yesterday?"
Weird how?
I don't know, like, has there been any, like, disruption in the house, or, like, did anything seem to be off yesterday? Like, aside from it being, like, a wedding that you guys had to take care of?
No, as far as I'm aware, it was, well, I mean, of course, a wedding is a busy day, but Luca was great friends with Claude and Liliana. That's their last name. It's Hamilton. It's right there. Just great friends with the Hamiltons. He was excited to throw them a wedding, and of course, Sophie and Isaac and I were happy to put in the rest of a little bit more work. And they were just charming people. It's a shame what happened to them. It's so sad. And Liliana looked so lovely too. It's a beautiful service.
Is there anything you think that I should, or at least that we should know that you can't say in front of your boss?
Well, of course not. He's a wonderful boss. I've worked for him for 10 years. He's handsome too, isn't he?
I mean, he's something. His coat's certainly expensive.
So well, he is rather well off.
Okay, I just figured I'd ask you a good thank you.
So of course, do make yourselves comfy. And well, if you need anything, just give me a ring.
Is there like a bell, or do I just like scream your name? Like, what's the...
She points to a bell that's on the wall,
Oh, okay.
like a pull handle.
Ah, okay. Oh.
Well, that was enlightening.
Yeah. Well, Vittori goes over to look at the painting.
This painting is, it's hard to say if he's younger because he is, you know, an elf. But if anything, a differently styled Luca and an absolutely beautiful young woman.
And she is human.
She is human.
Is there anything notable about the clothes she's wearing? Like, for example, are they all red?
Nope. She is in a white dress.
Is there anything red in the picture?
They are standing by the red rose bushes outside.
This is really just reminding me of the movie Crimson Peak.
I
That's
know,
like
right?
exactly what I'm thinking about. Ophelia's gonna take note of what she looks like, and then especially like where they're standing in the yard.
As you're looking by the painting, you see that there's a part of the stone in the fireplace below it that looks a little funky.
Smack it.
You smack it. And it jiggles.
Oh. You want to pull that?
I was gonna say smack it harder.
Give me an investigation or a sleight of hand check.
Okay, I was gonna say neither of those are fantastic. You know what? Honestly, Gwen, I'm reading the chat. In Crimson Peak, Tom Hiddleston is very charming.
It was the first and only time I think no, not the only, the first time I've been attracted to him.
No, it's the first time I figured out why people think Tom Hiddleston is hot. Literally the only first time.
This is why.
Yes. 17. Although I could argue it might have been because I'm a sucker for period clothing. I'm not sure.
You feel it after you smack it and then jiggle it. You slide out a loose stone and you find an ancient iron key.
Ooh.
Pocket that.
Da, 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 da.
It's just like Zelda, but it's Ophelia going on smacking stones. Okay. Key!
Key get!
Yay!
Put the stone back where it was. Exactly how it was.
Smacks it back into place. Smacks it, but in reverse.
It kind of goes, chunk, and is back in.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
Are there any is there any more Raven paraphernalia in here?
I mean, the walls are lined with books.
Secret passage,
that doesn't-
passage.
No.
Speaking of that too, I'm like, try pulling out all the books before the one moves.
No,
The
I'm asking
whole-
if like, you know how he had Ravenhead on his cane?
Oh, ravens. I thought you said
Yeah.
reading. Sorry.
No! It's like, why did you mention that?
I was like, yeah, there's a lot of books.
I was wondering
No.
why he answered me like that. I was like, it's not.
Sorry, no, you don't see any Raven paraphernalia in here. But give me a history check.
Cool. That's a 9.
Okay, you remember something about the Von Helters and Ravens. Like, it's not just him, it's like a family thing, but you're not sure what it is.
They're from Ravenloft.
Yeah, so it's like a creepy family thing.
Okay, if I know that
Tom
that's a
Hiddleston.
family thing, then can I look for like a book that's like a family tree type of
Sure.
deal?
Ooh.
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check.
Cool.
While you are doing that, what is Victoria and Ophelia doing?
I am trying to check for hidden passages behind the bookshelf.
Okay.
I just want to see what kind of books are on the shelf. Like, does this man actually read, or are they like almanacs from 17 centuries ago?
Is there Atlas Shrugs here?
Does he like Ayn Rand's The Fountainhead?
So you're all around the bookcase.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me just one of you an investigation check to see
Right.
what you find on there.
I got a 6.
I was gonna say, I will aid you, Dress.
Thank you. Wait, is that advantage?
Yeah, that's
If it's
advantage.
aid, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an 8.
Okay.
I should have rolled.
No.
So, Vittori, you find a lot of romance novels.
God damn it.
You've
Chuck Tingle, just like those ones.
Euphoria, you find one book that's like the history of the Von Helter lands and peoples, but it's very ancient and dusty.
I didn't tell you what I rolled. I rolled a 20.
Oh, I just wanted one
Ooh.
person to roll.
But you wanted me. I was looking for the history book though.
Okay. That is still what you find.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna open that bad boy up to, I guess, the page that would be relevant to Luca.
This doesn't go up to Luca. This stops about 1,000 years ago. But you see a raven crest on it.
Okay.
And as you're looking through this book, and the other two are hanging out at the bookcase, I should say, the room suddenly gets cold.
Ooh.
And you see a woman
In
who
red?
looks just like the woman in the painting, only her dress is blood red, floating before you.
Probably with blood.
She is hovering in the air, and she beckons you and starts to go out the door and looks behind you as if to check if you're following.
I am following her because everything that I've seen so far leads me to believe that she was murdered by her husband.
Yeah, no, I'm following that.
Yep. Yeah, before she like completely glides past us, like Euphoria does want to say, "We're here to help you."
God,
Is
this is
that,
just
like,
one more.
does that trigger like a response in her at all, or?
She smiles, and then her face hardens again. And she takes you down the hall to a library, and then she disappears.
Interesting. I guess time to check these shelves.
God, I'm just imagining like Ophelia like actually looking at books and Victoria's just like flap, like whipping them off.
As you enter the library, you notice bookshelves filled with rare and exotic books. A fireplace keeps the room warm year-round. A singular mahogany desk sits in the center of the room. Candles and paperwork are scattered about the tabletops. Multicolored moonlight cascades onto the hardwood floors from the stained glass windows. It's the first room that you've been in that gives the sense it's actually been lived in.
What kind of paperwork is on the
Yeah.
table? I want to know what this guy invests in.
Bitcoin.
This is just Elon Musk, but living in a mansion.
I mean, does Elon live in a mansion? I assume he would.
Hi, Henry. It looks like shipping paperwork, like some business deals and some shipment.
See, when you said shipping, I was thinking of the other.
Is this man writing his own smut and then binding it into books? Hello, Henry.
Come say hi.
Hi, Henry.
Henry.
Hi, Henry.
No.
Hi, big friend.
He is not
Good
like being
Henry.
held like this.
The good boy.
He is the best boy.
Hi. And as you are entering that room, you see a young woman, like in her late teens, walk by and just start and go, oh, I didn't know anyone was here. I'm sorry. And start to head out.
Wait. Hold on a sec.
Yes, ma'am?
I'm gonna like stick my hand out and be like, I'm Ophelia, nice to meet you. Who are you?
Sophie Taylor, I'm the chef.
Oh.
And she shakes your hand.
God, she makes food. Was she in the library, did you say?
She was walking past it when she saw you and kind of startled.
Okay.
I thought, I'm so sorry. I thought all of the investigators had left, except for Deputy Nolan.
No,
I was just surprised. Please go about your business.
we have a couple questions for you if you don't mind and if you have the time.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
Well, okay. I'm not sure how much help I could be. I've just worked here for a year.
Well, we might still be helpful in ways that you didn't really expect at the outset. So Euphoria's just gonna lean in and go, between us girls, is there anything weird going on with your boss? Like,
As
did he
soon
do
as
anything strange around you?
as soon as you say that, she immediately looks down at the ground and says, I pretty much just keep to myself, ma'am.
I want a
Insight
bullshit check, man.
Go
Bullshit
ahead.
check time.
Oh no. This girl's just like, I keep to myself except when I poison the soup and then I don't.
13.
Okay. She is kind of, an anxious person in general, but as soon as you mentioned her boss, she got very nervous. She is not comfortable talking about him.
You said she's human?
Mm-hmm. She's about 18.
Baby.
Hi.
He kind of looks stupid in those pants, right? Like, it's not just me.
Since I never really looked at his pants.
So Euphoria is gonna go, if you are afraid of him and if he has been doing things he shouldn't be doing as a boss, tell us now. We'll make sure that you don't get hurt.
She kind of just looks up at you and says, well, this is my first job away from working with my family. I mean, I did have a job in service with my mom, but this was my first time being the chef, and I just thought it was normal for your boss to bump up against you. But then he said that if I visited him in his room, he'd wait. Well, I'm a good, honest worker, and I don't want more money for that. So I just keep my head down and I make the meals, and that's what I do, ma'am.
Thank you for telling me.
This poor girl.
Yeah, like this fucking predator man, like, offers a probably lucrative job to an 18-year-old just because he knows he can get away with it.
Oh.
Yeah, Euphoria's just gonna say, we're gonna make sure he's dealt with. Like, very serious. Very angry.
Oh.
She kind of looks
not at her, but definitely at him.
That. She goes, I'm sure you know your business, man.
Good employers do not act like that around staff. It's inappropriate behavior, and I'm so sorry that you were subjected to it.
Goodbye, Henry.
Sorry, I just sent a note from Henry to the Zoom chat by mistake.
/D6.
I guess Henry wants to roll a d6.
I was gonna say damage for Henry.
I'll say this is what Henry sent to everyone in the Zoom chat. Now you can all see.
You'll all see.
Yeah, and Euphoria's just gonna like take out her notebook, write down a piece of paper, and like hand it to the girl, and she says, I'm not trying to tell you to get another job with a different employer, but you know, it never hurts to explore our options.
And what's on the paper?
A name of a baker she knows in Waterdeep.
Okay.
We're sending everyone to Waterdeep, aren't we?
I know. If you hurry, you could catch up with the Dara.
Yeah. I
Well,
can't
right
pick
now,
the town name in my head.
I appreciate this. Thank you.
All right. I guess we should go back to investigating the library.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check in the library, anyone.
Oh, God.
Ooh, that's
One or everybody?
22.
Anybody.
I rolled a
18.
22, so that should cover everything.
Same, I rolled a 22.
Damn.
Sweet.
How am I still the lowest?
Why is it that, like, when we all roll, we either all roll really good or really bad?
Yeah, that's the
Like, how we
thing.
just have a mix?
So looking around the library, you find a bookcase that moves to the side fairly
Secret
easily.
passage.
Behind the bookcase is a door that's locked, and it has a massive, ancient-looking lock on it.
Amazing.
Unlock door.
As you go into that room, you see another office. There's no windows in here. You see a desk, a chest, and a bookshelf.
Mm-hmm. Let's check out that desk.
God, there are so many incriminating things in this office.
Yeah.
The desk has multiple papers and ledgers relating to his shipping business.
Hi.
It looks like, whereas before it was imports, exports, where to pick things up,
Mm-hmm.
this is the full list. It seems like Luca has been doing some smuggling.
Ooh, the tax man won't like that. Euphoria's just gonna pocket some stuff.
Do you think he pays taxes?
Open up, it's the
God,
fantasy
Hey,
IRS.
he's rich. He probably
He's the
doesn't.
rich. Yeah, no, Euphoria's just gonna pocket all those fun ledgers, and she's gonna turn them over to oh, that's right, his sister is the cop.
Yep.
Well, I mean, what sister doesn't want to jail a brother from time to time?
She was threatening him with arrest when
Yeah.
he came in.
Yeah, I mean, I only got proof, so
Okay.
what's in
Let's
that
check-
chest?
Yeah, and is it a mimic?
What are you looking at? The chest?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is a basic black wooden chest with a heavy lock on it.
Well,
It does not fit that massive key that you have. This is just a regular ass lock.
I mean, to be fair, it is a. Oh, hi, Zan. I mean, to be fair, we could just like smash it open.
True.
No, I can pick that lock.
So that's a Madara thinking from Ophelia right there.
Yeah, that was
Well,
very
Ophelia's
surprising.
like, I have a staff, and just like shove the snake in the chest and then expand.
No, don't do that. We need to make a mess everywhere we go, all right? I love you, but we can't do that. We don't want him knowing that we're onto him.
Give me a sleight of hand check, please.
Cool beans, cool beans.
You good there, DM Jess?
Yeah.
That's a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you pop this sucker open
Hell yeah.
Hell
and
yeah.
you see. Do you want me to tell you the gold worth of everything in here or just do that later?
Later.
Okay. a silver hand mirror,
Mm.
an ivory comb with a depiction of a rose on the handle, an old gold wedding ring with 2 rubies and a single diamond,
Mm-hmm.
2 vials of holy water, a small scrap of red fabric that has grown musty and faded with age, and a bill from nearly a century ago from a contracting company for work conducted in the cellar to cover up a cave-in. The bill has been paid in full. And thank you for subscribing, Zan. Mwah!
Yay!
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if no one else is going to object, I want to like pick up the mirror and look into it.
Ooh.
That's spicy.
Yeah.
Hang on, before you do that, can I cast Identify on to make sure that it's like that
Oh,
first
of
item,
course.
please? Oh,
First object.
what
I
happened to
mean,
Jess?
if you want, I just think it's a mirror.
Yeah, no, we don't know what's going on here. I just want to do our due diligence. That's all. Yeah. So I'm just gonna spend the spell slot and cast
Okay.
Identify on the mirror.
This mirror is a silver hand mirror.
Cool. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
I just don't need Ophelia going into a mirror dimension right now.
Yeah.
it's okay. It's a fun time.
So, Ophelia, you look in this mirror
Yes.
and you see a small, beautiful tiefling staring
Yay.
back at you.
Yay! I was hoping for a ghost, but my hair looks good.
It would have been creepy if it was a tiefling, but it was not Ophelia.
It's just a dollar. A dollar's been trapped.
Oh no!
Euphoria's gonna pocket that bill for the cave-in and the piece of the musty dress, and then she's gonna like lock everything else back up.
So you are locking up the jewelry, the holy water, the comb, and the mirror.
I want the holy water.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely the holy water.
Ophelia wants the holy water.
Okay, you have 2 vials of holy water.
Woo! Time to purify a vampire.
Yeah. And that's in the same chest with a mirror. What if Lucas is a vampire
What a twist!
now?
The only thing that'd be better is if there was like garlic and a coffin of earth in the basement.
Yeah.
There is still a bookshelf in here. Or a book.
Oh,
I want to look at the books.
Can I look for the second installment of this family lineage book?
Give me an investigation check.
Cool. Cool. That's a 12.
Okay. You do not find it, but you do find multiple books on necromancy and exorcisms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, I guess that makes
worse.
sense because of the ghost and all.
I didn't think it was possible, but it got worse.
Well, I mean, I don't think that this is a surprise to anybody.
Yeah.
God, I'm not.
Well,
Is there anything else you want to look for in this room or at?
Is there anything we haven't looked at yet?
Give me an investigation check just to see.
That's suspicious.
right?
14.
You find Luca's journal.
Ooh.
Spicy.
Time to
Wow.
read that.
As you look through this, it appears to be a detailed account of his day-to-day activity. Like,
Oh, goody.
7 a.m., woke up, excellent shit, Recent breakfast. I had scrambled eggs and toast and an orange juice. At 8 a.m., I went for my morning run. At 9 a.m., I saw a squirrel. And it's like that for this long of a journal.
Holy shit.
But give me an intelligence or arcana check.
All right.
Child.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. We went from
Yeah, 13.
necromancy. Did Full Metal Alchemist teach us nothing? To had a good shit.
Yep.
You see that there's some magic coming off of this journal.
Oh, I am going to use Detect Magic.
Yeah, this, you feel like there's something, okay, so you are casting Detect Magic?
Yep. I am using my free Detect Magic from Primal Awareness.
This journal is illusioned. What you are reading is not
Ooh.
what's actually in the journal.
Ooh.
Okay, good. Because I'm really hoping this man is not the guy that's like, yes, today, shit good.
Yeah.
I smoked 3 cigarettes. I am Bridget Jones.
Are there any like magic books that might maybe have, I don't know, spell magic in them that we could get this enchantment off this journal?
I'll do you one better. Once you realize it's enchanted, you can suddenly read what it says.
Amazing.
Yay.
Jared 19.
Everybody, we can now be nosy nanas and read this journal.
We're literate.
Yay.
Instead of morning routines with Luca von Helter, this is filthy. This is a detailed recollection.
Oh, this is smart.
Smutty of like details of his affairs with multiple women.
Oh, fun. That's less fun than I was thinking, more shipping stuff.
Now,
God.
it is his affairs. You see the names Liliana Hamilton,
God, of
Figured.
course.
Camille Atkins,
Figured.
and Tessa Bennett.
Yup.
As you get later in the journal, you see him writing more and more about Sophie Taylor and how she will be his eventually.
Yikes.
That's the chef that you met.
Oh, guess we gotta throw the whole man out.
Yep. Auntie Fish finishing school services.
Gosh.
Yep.
Oh.
We need to send his liver to the Kumiho.
Oh, the Kumiho.
Yeah.
Yep.
She can have this one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
At this point, you see the woman in red appear beside Vittori.
Hi, I'm sorry about all of this.
She points at the bill of sale that Euphoria has and whispers to Vittori, "Release me from my bindings. You now know where to look."
All right, seller
And
time, I guess.
Vanishes back into the wall.
Oh, awesome.
See, I want to go to the cellar, but I do realize we haven't been to the balcony yet, and I am still curious about that.
Yeah, same.
You can go upstairs to the guest room to see the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
But also, like, we are timed, so I am scared.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to the basement and see like a Full Metal Alchemist abomination and like a shipping crate.
Can we
Yeah.
also pocket that journal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just my whole knapsack is basically building a solid case against this cop.
God.
Mm,
I'm glad you had a good shithead.
yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, do you get Ophelia is fine either going to the balcony right now or going to the basement, so you guys can really just take your pick.
Or you can split
Go
the
to the
party.
balcony.
Yeah.
I
She
feel
will
like
follow
the
you
cellar
both.
is like the end game.
Yeah.
It's always the cellar.
It's always the cellar. I mean, it was several sessions ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, there's gonna be zombies in there again.
God, the undead.
I was just
Probably,
thinking
yeah.
a deadly dance.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
So, you know that the balcony is off of the guest bedroom, which is where the happy couple had been staying. A large canopy bed sits in the center of the room. Unused cashmere sheets lay on the bed, and it's overflowing with plush pillows. On the wall to the left of the door, crimson curtains are drawn. There's a chest at the end of the bed. A chest of drawers sits in the corner. Inside are the newlyweds' clothes. There are 2 nightstands on either side of the bed, and the balcony is beyond drawn red curtains.
So you said their stuff is still here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they died last night.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if anyone had come to collect their stuff for
Got it.
evidence.
Does it look like there was a struggle in here?
Give me an investigation check.
That's a 22.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah.
You don't see signs of a struggle, actually.
Well, I guess they could have righted everything in its place.
What's in the mystery chest at the foot of the bed?
It looks like, I mean, it's their clothes. I already said that. Sorry. Oh, no, wait, that's in the chest of drawers. That's in the chest of drawers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I thought you said that was in the chest of drawers.
The chest at the end of the bed is, like towels and, golden candelabras.
Ooh.
Just casually.
Towels.
Yeah.
Is there any, like, ornamental weaponry in here?
No.
As you do.
Did we see any in any of the other rooms?
Ornamental weaponry. No.
Yeah. Like, you know how sometimes
Yeah, like swords on the walls
have,
and
like,
stuff.
boxes
Yeah.
and stuff with weapons in them?
Nope.
Hmm.
That's a great question, though.
He probably did it with his cane. His cane is the ornamental weapon.
No, his cane is definitely the ornamental weapon. This man's making a shish kebab out of his victims on his cane.
Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, if you guys are gonna keep looking on the room, Ophelia's gonna flop onto the bed because it is soft and plushy.
You know, fair. I think Vittori is going to go out to the balcony because there doesn't seem to be anything disturbed here, so there's probably nothing of interest in the room, to her, at least.
Looking out on the balcony, you can see a view of the rose garden, and looking directly down, you can see the disturbed earth where the dead bodies were, as well as the pool of blood from beneath where Liliana had been, as well as a lot of footprints of the officers and you moving around.
And from here, it's clear that, like, it makes sense that they would fall from this balcony and everything.
It's pretty much a direct drop over. What were you going to say? Euphoria?
Oh, I was asking, like, what is the general state of the rose, is the rose garden in disarray, or is it, like, ornamental, or is there anything, like, or is it, like, a maze with anything at the center?
It looks pretty well tended from what you can see up here.
Is the railing from the balcony intact?
Yes.
I mean, you can flip people over the balcony.
Yeah.
Gotta push hard enough.
Are there scuff marks on the ground of the balcony?
There are. There's one set of men's shoes that have a scuff mark. Pointed toes going up like that.
Damn, we should have looked at the man's shoes.
Too busy focusing on a stupid looking jacket.
Mm.
You would surmise these are from the victim's shoes.
Mm.
Also, wish we had a look at those shoes before his body got carted off.
Yeah.
I feel like the shoes take a back seat to, you know, getting pushed off a balcony.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
That's interesting that there's only one set of marks and, like, not the woman's nor the rich guy's, but maybe that's irrelevant.
I mean, I don't know. She gets stabbed through the heart, falls on top of him, he falls off the balcony, slam.
She was stabbed after she fell.
Yeah.
Well, what about both? How about both?
Why not both?
Okay, lo nos dos.
Well, I feel like the only place we can go now is down.
Yeah.
Hopefully not off the balcony.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing much else to look over here. But, you know, I'm glad we came, because if we didn't, I would have just been like, oh no, what was in the balcony?
Shoes. Shoe marks.
There was at least a fight. We know that much. But
Yeah.
everything else is kind of still up in the air, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Ophelia's gonna, like, lean over to Euphoria and be like, do people usually do this? Do they, like, usually not, like... Are they usually not, like, in love with the person, like, that they're married to, or, like, that they're gonna get married to?
I don't
Is
know.
that, like, an
if it-
irregular thing?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's irregular, but normally it's a lack of communication, or that's the reason why it ends up happening.
Yeah, because, like, I don't think my parents ever would have done something weird like this.
Yeah, Euphoria's not gonna comment because she doesn't know how to respond to that, and she doesn't want to, like, upset Ophelia.
Yeah.
Ophelia's like, I have one source for relationships.
Yeah.
I have no idea how anything else works.
I guess Euphoria would say, well, I didn't have the privilege of knowing your parents, but judging by how you were raised, I think that they had enough knowledge and sense to talk openly with each other.
I think you would have liked my dad. My dad liked plants. My dad liked flowers. There were, like, a lot of flowers. My mom was like, leave them in the yard. And my dad's like, I'm gonna bring them inside.
I imagine this conversation's happening as they're walking down the
Yep.
stairs.
Yeah.
As you're walking down the stairs, you bump into the butler
Mhm.
who would let you in
I
the house.
thought you said there wasn't a butler.
He let you in the house.
Oh yeah, true. So the butler.
I says, oh, pardon me. I was just on my way back to the library and tidy up a bit.
Shit, I just realized, did we close that whole passage with the...
I assumed that
I think we would.
Okay, because I was like, if we just left
Very
that shit
intentional.
wide open, that ain't gonna look good.
You definitely locked the chest.
Well, yeah, Euphoria said she didn't want him knowing that we were onto him, so I think she would have taken care
Okay.
of that.
Alright, because I was gonna be like, yeah, that would not have been great.
Yeah.
I heard Lord Luca gave you the run of the estate, as it were. well done. Jolly good chap. The young
How
lord.
old is this guy?
80.
How long have you worked for Lord Luca?
Well, I've been butler for the last 60 years. Well, no, the butler for the last 40, I should say. But my father was the previous butler, and my mother was the housemaid. And I believe I've at least matched, if not surpassed, the old chap. I do say so myself. I grew up on the estate, if you will. We've always served the Von Helters, particularly Lord Luca. He's a fine. You can't really call him an old fellow, one looking as spry as he is, but elves, you know.
You said your parents worked here? What are the names?
Oh, we just called them Mr. and Mrs. Whiteley. I called them Mom and Dad.
Oh.
They didn't have first names.
Bartleby and Ellen.
Bartleby and Ellen.
I'm so sad that the dude's name in this adventure isn't Landon Baron von Ewan and Gretzel, so I can't kill him!
Oh yeah. Man,
Oh,
if Luca was like one of the people you would want to kill.
oh man.
Just be like, that would have been the shortest mystery ever.
Yeah.
I would have
Just
been
walk
like,
into
well,
his room and just stab him.
take the snake!
You just lock him in a room with a snake.
I mean, I have the staff of the
yeah,
python.
exactly.
I would just have to be like, there you go. Joy.
Well, we won't keep you from doing your job. We still have a couple of other places to check. The ceremony was held here. Was it held inside the house or outside the house?
Oh, well, it was a bit of both. You see, the ceremony was inside in the chapel, and then we had a lovely reception in the rose garden, and then I believe Lord Luca did some entertaining in the lounge most of the night. He escorted them to the wine cellar and played the piano. He's lovely at the piano. He's quite skilled with his fingers with the ivories, and I believe the lasses enjoy it as well, if you know what I mean. But
Yeah, Euphoria's just gonna like politely but like loudly cough into the crook of her arm and said, I didn't realize that there was a chapel on the property. Where is that?
so it's around the corner that way, and he kind of just points offhandedly.
Are we going to church?
I guess
In
so.
D&D?
The church.
You know, he performed the ceremony himself. It was quite a lovely thing. He's a good fellow, and then he was with them for most of the night. And he brought them some wine. He's a lovely fellow, and then I put him to bed just before midnight and made sure he had his his hot chocolate before bed and a warming water bottle and a book.
You got his footy pajamas?
Does he sleep in a race car bed?
Oh.
He sleeps in a canopy bed. Sateen sheets.
This butler, between this butler and last week, whipped to Jess's voice.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Euphoria's kind of like mentally checked out of this conversation. She's just like nodding along and making the polite noises like when it's needed, but she's just like thinking about the chapel now and it's like, maybe we should go there.
Yeah. 3 tieflings try to go to the cellar and just like end up going to every other room in the house.
3 tieflings go to church. Gosh.
That should be the name of a painting. like a Renaissance painting.
3 demons go to church.
Has the golden ratio in it and everything.
Oh my
Yes.
god, yes.
Yeah. Yes, if you don't need me or anything else, I'll be back to a bottle in the lounge.
Okay. Thank
Alright,
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
And he heads off.
Oh man, that guy was dry.
Oh, I don't. Normally I'm not at a loss for words, but today I don't have command of them. Shall we go to the chapel then?
Yeah. Let's.
What happened to going to the cellar?
Well, I mean, he performed a ceremony in the chapel. Maybe he left more incriminating things there.
So you head over to a stone room that has a small, not a pipe organ, but like one of the portable organs
Mm-hmm.
in it, and some statues, some marble statues. Weirdly, don't see any religious symbols in here, but you do see an aisle and a few pews and several songbooks and lots of candles and some flowers draped around.
From Ophelia's perspective, does it seem like there's any kind of designation as to what god or gods this chapel is to, or is it kind of like a general all-purpose church?
I feel like you're used to religious services and stuff, so this is an all-purpose church. This is kind of like the ones at hospitals that are like, everybody can come here and pray.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Like, not like a Unitarian one where it's everybody's here. It's more just like anybody's here.
Yeah.
Everybody's here to smash Rose Chapel.
When you're here, you're here.
When you're here, you're snakes.
When you're here, you're murdered by the Lord of the Manor.
Oh no. Yeah, so there's like nothing that's out of sorts here.
Nope, there's some flower petals on the ground.
Is there like a podium that he would have stood at, or an altar?
There's like a front archway thing, but no podium.
Are they roses on the ground? Are they rose petals?
Yeah, it's rose petals.
Of course they are. I have to give it to him. This man's murder plot is very consistent and aesthetic.
All right, well, I guess there's nothing here.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you heading downstairs?
Yeah. To the cellar, take 2 or take 3.
Yep.
Take 3. Third time is the cellar chart. As you descend the stairs towards the cellar, you begin to feel a chill all over your skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting colder with each step. As you continue down, it becomes more difficult to breathe. It's clear that no one comes to the cellar very often. Reaching the bottom of the staircase, you're greeted by a single wooden door. Upon entering the cellar proper, you're greeted by a myriad of rugs, chairs, tables, paintings, mirrors, and even a broken statue, like the ones you saw in the chapel. It appears as though the wine cellar is also being used for general storage. Moving beyond the storage area, a large tapestry covers most of the wall. Wine racks filled to capacity are situated in the back of the cellar.
I'm going to check behind the tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a wall that looks like it's made of a newer material than the rest of the old stone down here.
Guess what time it is? It's time to bust down a wall.
Mm. I wish I had something that would make this a lot quieter than,
Shadow.
like, yeah, right?
I was gonna say, y'all want to Kool-Aid man this damn thing? Like, what is the plan here?
Not all men.
I wish we had Adara here just so she could just like smash it with the mace.
You do have a broken statue.
I mean, that is fair. Oh, I was gonna say, you guys wanted to. I mean, while we're looking at this,
You can hit it with a snake.
I was gonna say, you guys want a distraction?
Distraction might be good. Well, it's storming outside, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. What's the interval like on the thunder booms? Because that would be the perfect cover.
Yeah.
For
Give me a nature check.
Cool.
See if you can time it.
I should be able to time it. I'm a fucking bard.
Hell yeah.
Mother Nature's time signature.
Mother Nature's metronome.
God.
So give me a nature and performance check, and we'll take an average of the two. How's that?
Okay, all right. So I rolled an 8 for my nature, but here's my performance check. 25.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
An average.
So you're not good at gauging the weather, but you have such an impeccable sense of rhythm that you can do it.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say, to be fair, like the median of that is like 16 and a half, so
Yeah.
that's not that bad.
Yeah, so like Euphoria will be like, everybody back up, back to like the stairs, because this is gonna get messy. And yeah, she'll cast Shatter on the wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That wall is destroyed.
Hell yeah.
And behind it, you see an ancient set of human bones.
Oh, fun.
As soon as you see those bones, they start to swirl and appear in a humanoid shape.
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
The
What
woman in red
Mm-hmm.
appears from those bones. Her eyes turn a brilliant shade of red, and she reaches out for you and says, "Help me." Let's roll initiative.
No, I wanted to like you. I wanted to help you.
I mean, doesn't she mean like to help her we need to fight and kill her for once and for all? Is that
don't know.
what's going on?
I don't know.
Give me
I
a
got a 12.
religion check.
Okay. I don't think I have anything religion, but let's Yeah, a 13.
I got a 12
Okay.
for initiative too.
Okay. Victoria got the lucky number for the religion check. First, Ophelia, you got 13?
I got a 12 for initiative.
12.
I didn't roll. I didn't roll for religion, but I can if you want me to.
No, that's fine. We got the target number. What did everybody else
Okay.
get for initiative?
Euphoria's got an 18.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay. Damn, y'all rolled really well. Vittori, you know that by performing a small ritual involving a prayer, sprinkling her bones with holy water, and some sort of offering, you can exorcise her.
What, do we have anything for as an offering?
I think did Euphoria grab the scrap of her dress?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does that count?
Euphoria, you are up first.
Yeah,
Ah!
sure. I'm assuming Vittori shares this information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So Euphoria will pull out the scrap of her dress
Mm-hmm.
and can it... I guess I'll have to wait for... Because did both Ophelia and Vittori take, like, each of them take a vial of holy water?
I
Ophelia
feel
has it all.
if
I
Ophelia
have
took
both.
both. Yeah. So I can do the prayer.
Do you have prayer experience?
No.
I was gonna say I do. Don't
Okay,
worry
so maybe
about
you do both, but then what do I do?
Yeah, so
You're included. You're fending her off so I don't die.
Sure, I will act as tank, which is something that Adara is much better at.
so in that case, Euphoria is gonna use her free action to just hand the scrap of the dress to Ophelia and go, throw the holy water on her bones, and then offer this as the thing while you're doing the prayer. And then I'll hold my action in the event that the lady in red gets aggro.
Okay. Vittori, you are up.
Yeah, I think Vittori is just gonna get. Well, I guess the lady in red is already really close to us, right? Yeah, I think she's just gonna hold her action, just to also draw aggro if the lady in red goes towards Ophelia.
It is the lady's turn, and I would like Vittori to give me a charisma saving throw, please.
She's a feral tiefling. Okay, 15.
That's not that bad. That's pretty good for you.
Good.
You feel powerful love for this woman.
Charm.
And then all of a sudden you just shake it off. Like, oh yeah, she's pretty for a ghost. And are fine.
Looks at lesbian. I am looking right at it.
And it is Ophelia's turn.
Okay, yay. So I am going to take out some of the holy water, and I am going to just essentially spend my action to sprinkle that on her bones, give her a prayer in the name of my mom, and I mean, to be fair, my mom is a demon, so she does work with the dead, and then offer up the scrap of fabric to her.
Okay.
Just essentially gonna be like, please, mom, help her, not be stuck here, because it's not super fair for her, and also she seems like she was really okay, and also no one deserves to not have a okay death, and I will bury her bones after this. Don't worry about it.
No.
As you do that, the red leaves her eyes.
Hey.
And she appears before, instead of red, as kind of glowing, like a glowing white spirit. She says, I can't thank you enough. My name is Elise. Luca, he killed me. When I found out about the affairs, I was planning on leaving. I was his wife. He bound me to this world so I could never move on. He's killed so many since me, and he's used me to do it. He's used me to murder anyone he gets tired of, or anyone who looks like they're going to leave. It's his cane. There's a sword in his cane.
God,
Hold it.
of course.
Yeah.
There's been 3 women since me, and he's after that little chef. Please, you have to stop him. Thank you for releasing my bones.
I'll bury you.
The light shimmers, and you hear her voice echo, thank you. And she fades away.
Yep.
I just realized how weird this is going to be. Ophelia's going to have to scoop up a bunch of bones into her backpack and be like, don't worry about it.
it's really disrespectful when it's not, I promise.
Don't worry about it. I'm doing this for my mom and for her. It's okay.
Well, who's ready to go make sure this man sees some punishment for his crimes?
Definitely.
All right, we're in agreement. We have I think we have somebody to pay a visit to.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know why that just started playing on my phone. Ophelia's just like angry.
Angry.
I think we're
Yes.
all angry.
Yeah.
We're all heated.
Yeah.
Is this
Ophelia's like a wet cat. She's angry.
I hope his sister's still here.
She's the one you need to give information to arrest him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is the dress still there? Like on the ground? Can we
The
take
scrap
that?
of dress, yes.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna pick that up. Is it still red?
Mhm.
Like with blood? Cool.
It's not with blood, actually. Oh, yes, it is. I was about to be like, it's a red dress. No, it's red with blood.
It was red with blood. All right,
Nice.
cool. I was gonna be like really upset if like when we freed her from this world, the
You
red
lost all the
turned to
evidence.
white, and we're like, damn, I lost a piece of evidence. It's a freaking the soul.
God. No, it's okay. It's okay. We got it.
So as you head upstairs, Deputy Nolan is waiting in the lounge. You see Luca with a suitcase heading out the door.
Trying to get away.
Yeah, if he's like before he gets to the door, I want to thaumaturgy and slam the door shut and like
Hell yeah.
lock so he's still inside with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say,
Yeah,
where do you think you're going?
Ophelia is 100% stopping him, being like, "You're a bastard."
So, well, it's terrible what happened, but business calls.
Yeah, does it? And then like I'm gonna pull out the book, like the real ledger, and go, so you are smuggling this and this. And this, is that the business that's calling, or is it your fake books that are calling you, or the ones that are supposedly on the up and up?
Euphoria, he kind of looks at you and says, "Could you please hand me that book, my dear? And give me a wisdom saving throw."
Would you kindly
Right.
hand me that?
God!
Faye, right?
What?
The Faye charm on. Does that do anything against persuasion checks? I've forgotten it.
Only against Faye.
What?
Only against
Not
Faye.
Faye. He's considered a ladrin, or not a ladrin.
He's a high elf.
Oh, wait, aren't elves considered fae?
Yeah, I thought so.
I think that Fae charm is just against like Fae. He's a humanoid.
Yeah. By like monster manual, like everyone's
Monster
only
manual
one
thing,
category
humanoid.
rules.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay. Well, that's fine. It's fine. I am good at charisma checks anyways. So.
It's a wisdom check.
Oh, it's wisdom?
Oh, no.
Fuck.
Oh no, they are not technically fae, but they have an affinity
the-
and connection to them. Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Don't forget if you have inspiration or any other things that can help.
Hmm.
I think I used my inspiration the last time we played, so I'm just gonna wing it.
Can you bardic inspiration yourself to do it?
I
guess
cannot.
your
I
glamour.
can only buff other people with that. I cannot buff myself, which is unfortunate.
I mean, it's okay.
I'm just hoping that Vittori will body me before.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning.
Why bardic inspiration when you can body your friend? Oh,
Hang
Come
on,
on, you
but
got
he's
it.
taking forever and a day to tell me what I rolled. Please.
Come on, roll 20. Don't fuck us now.
All right, I gotta roll it again.
Come on, roll 20.
Oh my god, this is like
This is so tense.
inducing. This is terrible.
Roll 20 really said not all men.
Fuck, I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Vittori, body me, please.
Yeah.
You hand him that book.
No!
I'm going to like stop her once she moves forward.
Just like walk and like slap.
Yeah, I'm gonna like walk in the middle of them or something. Or just like anything to stop her.
Please.
Are you two rolling initiative?
Yeah.
Oh
sure.
no, I'm so ready to fight this man.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what it takes to stop this man from like getting away from his shit.
Yeah.
Whose man is this?
I consent to PvP right now.
Right.
Consensual PvP. What a
If
wild.
you want to attack, are you attacking Euphoria for this?
Please.
Oh, I'm just gonna like stand in her way.
Yeah,
okay.
But if that counts as
I was
PvP.
gonna say you could like grapple her, like whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want
Okay.
to grapple.
He kind of pauses for a second and says, "Why don't you help your friend there?" And
Oh, God.
Victoria, give me a wisdom save.
Oh my god!
Natural 20!
Oh!
Did it!
Suck it, rich boy!
I want to say that these dice I got from DMing D&D Live's Twitch channel last year. So these are from Wizards of the Coast directly, and they've given me 2 natural 20s today.
Oh, we love that for you.
Oh my god, the lesbian's immune to men.
Did you just? Oh, okay. Because I thought you said D&D is immune to men, and I'm like, no, it's not.
I was reading what Gwen wrote in chat.
Oh, I love this.
At this, Deputy Nolan comes out and says, "What exactly is going on here?" And she looks at Lucas. "Where are you going? We're in the middle of an investigation."
I'm gonna look at Edward and be like, your brother murdered his wife and then buried her in the basement.
I hope you have evidence for that.
I'm literally
We
gonna like
do, just-
lean over and like pour the bones out of my backpack.
She looks absolutely horrified at you. She says, "Well, how can you prove these are..."
Oh, yeah, hang on. I got her dress here in my bag, and your brother just charmed me, which I don't take kindly to.
So you should still be trying to hand him that book, basically.
Yeah, like as I'm like struggling to like
You're like, take it, I swear.
stop me, please.
Yeah.
She goes, "That's..."
Oh, and I got a bill of sale for the wall that he paid in full.
She looks at that and her eyes just widen. She says, "Luca, is this true?"
Murder weapons is game.
It is.
She kind of looks so angry and disappointed. You're under arrest. I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry.
And I will give you the option. You three, this is me as a DM, giving you the option to fight him before she arrests him if you want to kill him.
He's.
Otherwise, she will arrest him.
I mean, what if we let her arrest him and then we send the arrested man to the Kumiko?
Yeah.
I like
was
how
that?
Gwen in chat is just like, do it. I don't know what, do it.
He's already used 2 spell slots. Who knows how many he has?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean,
it
we could
feels-
tango with him. I do have 2 extra spell slots for Shatter.
I just feel weird, like, fighting a man in front of a law enforcer.
I mean, yeah.
To be fair, she is gonna take him away, and also he did kill several people, so I feel like morality is out the window at this point.
He killed 4
True,
people.
I am a bounty hunter.
Yeah, you're a bounty hunter. Why is your
Yeah.
morality coming into play now?
He killed 4 people. He killed 4 women,
Um,
if not more.
I
It's
forget.
true.
Oh God, what did I make the command word for my snake staff? It was the name of the woman that got turned into a lamia last time. That was my command word that I made this staff.
Madla?
Madla, yeah. So I'm gonna yell that, and then I'm gonna like throw my snake and tell it to wrap around him and constrict.
Hell yeah.
It's not to hurt. It's not really to kill him. It's more to just like keep him from moving or running anywhere.
And casting another spell. With
Okay, let's roll
Yes.
initiative. Because it sounds like we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to kill him. It's more just like no more casting spells, you rude ass little boy.
Yeah. Okay, I got a 13.
I got another 12.
I rolled an 8 this time, which I guess makes sense because I'm still trying to hand him this fucking book.
It's good though. It is good. Because now
Just
the
imagine,
sister
like,
has the
like,
book.
I feel you've already just going trying to hand the book while like
Yeah,
Victoria's like holding.
yeah, Victoria's just like, nope, nope.
Okay, Vittori, you are up, my dear.
Oh, I got a 13.
You got a 13.
I
Yeah.
got a 12.
Did everyone else roll worse than
oh
a
my
13?
Yep.
Wild.
And there's a
All right.
snake on the ground.
There's a snake in my boot.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait, I have to roll. Oh, I forgot. I have to hold on. I have to roll my
For the
snake
snake.
Oh, snake
Yeah.
initiative.
because my snake gets its own initiative. Oh, I forgot. Hang on a sec. Oh yeah, my snake got a 4. Forget it.
Okay.
Oh, poor snake. Nadla, no.
Okay. I guess it is time for the Gloom Stalker, like, first turn pain.
Yeah, do
Oh,
it.
First one, an dirty 20. Does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so
No,
wait.
he's soft.
To be I should have said this. Obviously, I did Hunter's Mark as a bonus action first because
Okay.
you know that is how the pain train goes. So
The pain train.
The train is coming to your station, baby.
yeah. So that +3, so that's 4 damage from the crossbow and another 3, so 7 damage on the first attack, and then second attack. That is 25. Does that hit?
Yes. Oh, I thought you were saying 25 damage for a second. I was like,
Oh, no,
holy
no.
shit, what arrow is that?
Okay, so
It's
this
the
one gets
bonus
an
made
extra
completely out of
D8
metal.
damage because it's a Gloomstalker thing. So altogether, this one does another 10 damage.
Nice.
Is this lethal or non-lethal?
Thought this was all non-lethal, right?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to kill him?
I mean, like, if we get him down to non-lethal, we can lethal him, pretty easily after that.
God.
Anyway, that is how a Gloomstalker do on the first turn.
Okay. So you are all standing in front of him right now, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Screw
What are
you, little
doing?
man. I suck at that.
Yeah.
No, I don't have proficiency in that.
Same as my initiative.
Not another 12. Why?
I got a 16.
Okay.
All right, so I fail.
Oh,
What did you get, Ophelia?
I got a 12.
Okay, so 2 of you failed and 1 of you is
Wait,
taking
hold on. I have
damage.
inspiration. I just remembered.
Yeah,
yeah.
Use
That's
it.
another 10. Why?
Why?
5th 10 I rolled tonight. No.
Okay. So Ophelia and Euphoria are taking 36 cold damage.
30.
I'm sorry.
Excuse
I
me.
think she said 3d6, not 36.
I said 36.
Oh no, really?
Down.
Jesus.
So he puts his hands together and a blizzard comes out. And Vittori, you take half of that.
Jesus Christ.
Guess who has no hit points?
See,
So
see,
you
this
are
is why
not
we should have just let him
down.
be arrested.
You
'cause
are a
he's-
statue.
Yeah. Wow. I got bodied. Okay. Cool.
I mean, you asked to get bodied. You did.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to body me.
Ophelia, you're up.
So what is it? Are we just frozen in place?
You are frozen in place. You can make, oh yeah, you can't die. So you're just frozen in place.
Suck it, nerd! Is there anything I can't?
Your
I don't
snake
think I
has
can
a
do.
thing. Oh, but it acts on its own initiative, right?
It acts on its own turn, yes. So yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Euphoria. You are
Yeah.
frozen.
Yeah, I had 29 hit points. Are you kidding me?
I have 33
Oh,
Yeah, it does 8d8.
I do want to use Hellish Rebuke. Because
Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
forgetting
you can
that
both
a
do
second
that.
time.
Damn it.
So Hellish Rebuke is 3d10.
Oh, please roll all 10.
Oh no, well, first you need to make a dexterity saving throw. I have a shitty DC, so this
He
is
has to
probably
make
gonna-
that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think he failed because that is a 7.
Yes, okay. 3d6 time. So the first one is a 2, the second one is an 8, the third one is a 7, so 17 fire damage.
Damn.
Suck it.
So he already
And
had
Ophelia,
17.
remember, you can also Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, but I can't because I'm incapacitated, so I can't pull a
True,
reaction.
True. God damn it.
I was sitting there and I'm like, oh yeah, and then I was like, oh no.
That hellish rebuke seemed to have really fucked him up, though.
Yay.
Fuck
And now
no.
it is Snake's turn.
Yes. Yeah, I assumed because I yelled at the snake to go and constrict him, I am going to have the snake go and constrict him.
Okay.
So I am gonna make the rolls then, I guess, for the snake. Natural 20 plus 6, 26.
Yeah, he is super constricted.
Yeah, okay, so hang on, I have to roll the damage for this now. Who's ready to get squeezed, child?
Because he got a 3. So since you got a natural 20, I'll even let you do some bludgeoning damage since you're constricted.
Oh no, this already does bludgeoning damage because
Oh,
it's
okay.
squeezing.
Hell yeah.
How are we doing critical damage?
Roll double the dice.
Okay, so that's... He's taking 27 points of bludgeoning damage, and he's also
Oh, yeah.
grappled, so he...
So how
can't
does your
pierce the thing.
snake destroy this man?
Oh no, my snake
Yeah.
is literally just squeezing him until he passes out.
Hell
Snake
yeah.
is just
That
like-
is what happens.
Yes, the snake is just like, ha ha ha. Man go boo.
And as he goes unconscious, the two of you unfreeze.
I'm still unconscious. I'm stable, but I'm unconscious.
Right.
You are stable but unconscious.
Yes.
Damn.
Deputy Nolan runs over and gives you both potions of greater healing.
Thank
Which is
Christ.
what, 44 plus 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe you attacked him. That was brassy. Unwise, but
Gosh.
brassy.
Yeah.
She calls over some of the remaining officers. Take him away, make sure he doesn't die in transit. I'd hate to lose more family.
Oh yeah, by the way, the snake is going to like uncurl and let
Okay.
him. Yeah, so they can pick him up.
Mm.
They're kind of scared of the snake, but as soon as the snake does that,
No,
they
the snake is
remove him.
totally fine. The snake is very much okay with them.
After Deputy Nolan, after meeting with her officers, reconvenes with you and congratulates you on your hard work. Just as you all begin to turn away, a bright white light appears again and begins to speak. Thank you for saving me, Lyra, I'm so sorry you had to see me like this. I wish I'd been braver when they told me to marry Luca. I wish I'd followed my heart. I'm so sorry. The light fades from view as tears roll down Lyra's face. She reveals that she once wished to marry Elise, but her parents thought Luca the more appropriate suitor.
Oh no.
She removes a grand diamond from her pocket and begins chanting softly over the bones Ophelia had put on the floor.
We're lesbians.
Another bright flash of light fills the room, and a woman stands before you.
Yay!
Perhaps now we'll get that chance, Deputy Nolan says softly as she walks towards the newly revived Elise.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Yes!
Yeah.
Unfridging women, you love to see it.
I love to see it. I was gonna say, also, if Luca's still within earshot, I want to cast Vicious Mockery and yell, I hope you never find love!
Would you like to take his sword cane?
Yes!
Who would like his sword cane?
Oh! Ophelia wants to be animal.
It is a rapier.
Ooh.
Probably best for Euphoria, except your rapier is already magical. and
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, I'm proficient with them, and I don't have a sword.
This sword cane is the sword of betrayal.
Oh.
When it strikes a creature affected by the charmed condition, it is an automatic critical hit.
I'm so glad he didn't hit Euphoria with that.
Yeah, that would have.
You didn't give him the chance. Also, he didn't cast charm on you. He cast suggestion.
Okay.
So I wasn't going to do it, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll hold on to that. We can decide that later.
Yeah, that.
You have a raven-tipped sword cane.
There you go.
Yeah.
Aesthetic.
Gosh, she really is becoming the Reaper.
It reminds me of that ebony blade from Elder Scrolls.
I was gonna say, I was thinking of what is it? Ebony Raven Dark Dimension.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When you said ebony, I thought that's where you were going.
And that was Love Sorrow by Tara Hooper from Uncaged Volume 2. Wendy, put your beautiful art up again because it's so good.
Put it up.
Put it up.
Put it up.
And next week, we are playing Lost Gods by Natalie Wallace from Uncaged Volume 1. So be sure to come back for that. It's going to be super fun. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. This was really fun. We always love doing this. I'm Jess. You can find me where it says at Miss_Jess03. You can subscribe here to watch old episodes of Threeflings or go to our YouTube where they all are and support our Patreon because every week after this game, we do a behind the scenes Patreon video. We have a cool Discord. We also do fun letters between the cast. So like Adara and Shai have been writing letters. Today, I wrote a wonderful Not All Men post detailing all of the nice men that the Threeflings have met. And weirdly enough, Luca didn't make the cut.
I wonder why.
Huh.
I don't know. So support that, and we love you. And tomorrow, I'm playing with Sigil Spotlight Entertainment at 4 p.m. Eastern on their channel, Sigil Entertainment. And I am playing a Path of the Stray Barbarian.
Ooh.
So if you want to see me be a kitty who likes to smash things and punch them.
Who made Path of the Stray?
Yes, it's one of my Tabaxi classes. So come check that out. Vittori, thank you so much for coming. Who are you and where can we find you in the real life?
I'm Allison, also known as Draz, and you can find me on Twitter at Drazillion. I do a lot of writing and a lot of art, so, check that out. I was the person who did the emotes of this channel, so that's cool.
Yeah, I'll put those emotes in the chat in a second. Euphoria, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Jess Pack. You can find me at HealthPackStream on Twitter. I yell about a lot of things. Today it was bananas. I also write stuff. Write tier 4 content. I have a tier 4 module in both Book of Seasons. Wow. And I also have one in the first volume of Uncaged.
And speaking of Book of Seasons, it's still Play It Forward on DM's Guild. So if you want to pick those up, if you want to pick Uncaged up, instead of 50% going to creators, 100% goes to creators. So it is today, tomorrow, and the next day. You have time to get them. They're great. Go buy some things if you can afford it. And lastly, never leastly, Ophelia, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hey, my name is Ink. You can find me on Twitter at TheseDeadPens. I do lots of things, but not many things in the meat space right now because we are in quarantine, depending on when you are watching this. What else am I doing? I'm currently working on a Studio Ghibli anthology that will be being released hopefully sometime in the future. I'm hoping that it'll get announced soon. But yes, I am very glad that I got to be here tonight.
We love you so much. We will see you next week. And maybe it'll be a return to a cover monster. Maybe not. We'll find out.
Another Rusalka?
I was gonna say, I swear.
Have a good night. We love you very much. Mwah.
Hi, guys.
Bye.